So welcome back. Welcome to a brand new video. Yeah, Corvette, the C8 Corvette, it's out. It's amazing. It looks really good. Guys, go buy this car right now. I mean, don't. Honestly, you should never buy a car spontaneously like that. It's a lot of money, and it's a decision you should really think about. And we'll talk about like financial tips on buying cars and stuff later on a different video. But yeah, I kind of just want to talk about real quickly the C8 Corvette. We spoke about it previously in a different video where I kind of talked about how I didn't really like the design of the back. We talked about pricing, or what I thought price would be at, and you know, like that's something that I talked about in that video, and I'm gonna touch again on this video. But honestly, I have to like kind of step back on what I previously said about the car. I didn't want to like it. I really did not want to like it, because mostly just because the design and like because of early rumors, and that just goes to show you really should not, you know, go off of those early rumors, because wow, this car is truly amazing now that it's been released. So like I said earlier, I talked about so I thought that the pricing on this car would be about $100,000, because realistically the only other like the only other mid-engine cars that we had seen, you know, in the fairly recent past, you know, the Toyota MR2, the Honda the Honda NSX, both mid-engine, both were kind of pricey for their time, but you know, not crazy expensive. But you look back at it now, and like the NSX is a $200,000 car. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, $200,000 cars. Like there is no mid-engine sports car that's, you know, inexpensive. So my first reaction was the Corvette is going to be about $100,000. Chevy has always prided themselves with offering the Corvette as a kind of like a poor man's supercar, and wow, they really delivered on that, because this is probably not the first, but I always had a hard time calling the C7 Corvette a supercar, just because the design, while it looked like a really sporty sports car and it performed really well, it was lacking the supercar identity. You know, you always looked at a Corvette and you always knew that it was like faster and you know, a lot prettier than like a Honda Civic or anything like that, but you would kind of classify it in the same you know, in the same realm that you'd classify like the Mustang, the Camaro, the 370Z, because they were sports cars, but they weren't really like supercars, you know. But the C8, I would definitely call this a supercar at this point. The engine's in the rear, or actually in mid-engine sports car, has the engine in the back. It's amazing. It really is. And oh right, I forgot pricing. It's going to start at under $60,000. $60,000. The Supra's the launch edition Supra is gonna be $57,000. You're hard pressed to find anything that performs that well under $60,000. Now you're talking about a car that's gonna have a sub 3 second or less 0 to 60 time for under $60,000. That's ridiculous. That's unheard of, you know, like, I mean, other than like electric cars and stuff like that. But either way, this is just, it's a beautiful car. And you know, the whole like electric sports car thing like that actually brings me into the next point. This is probably going to be the last supercar, or you know, like really big sports car that isn't going to turbos and isn't going hybrid, because so it's going to be obviously a small block V8, like that's what all Chevy Corvettes have ever been, and that's what, you know, I'm really glad that they're keeping with this one, even though I personally think this is probably going to be the last Corvette that we see that isn't turbocharged, that isn't you know, doesn't have some kind of hybridization. But it's getting 495 horsepower out of that engine with 470 foot-pound of torque. That's gonna feel amazing out of a naturally aspirated vehicle. Like, it's gonna immediately respond to you by kicking you in the back every time you hit the throttle. It's obviously gonna be fast, so it has the performance for a supercar, it has the looks, it has It definitely looks like it's gonna have the prestige of it. If you look at the inside or the pictures of the insides of the car, like, it feels extremely luxurious. It looks extremely luxurious. And it has a bunch of features that normally you would expect to see on a Lamborghini, on a Ferrari, such as the front lift kit. No other car manufacturer is putting front lift kits on their car when they should. And unlike Lamborghini and Ferrari, they're giving you, or it's going to have this memory feature where it's going to be able to remember up to 1,000 different locations that you frequently visit, so that it can automatically lift the front for you as soon as you get there. Like, now that they've done it, now that I think about it, I feel like it's such a no-brainer. Like, how isn't every car doing this? But yet they were the first to do it, you know? Like, it's great, it's amazing. And, you know, for us here in America, it's all American. Like, you can buy this car and not feel like you're buying like a foreign sports car. You know, it's the American supercar. And of course, we also have the Ford GT, but the Ford GT is a $400,000 car. Not to mention, it's extremely exclusive. Good luck buying one. This Corvette's gonna probably perform just as well. It looks just as good, and it's for $60,000. That's like, you're gonna pay more for some BMWs, you know. And I'll be honest, I will take the C8 Corvette over a BMW any day of the week. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer to me, you know. But guys, like, honestly, that's all I really have for you guys today. I mean, there's so much news coming out about it, and it's hard to keep up with all the craziness. We just had a really good week, or we've had a really good month, actually. You know, with the Supra coming out, and now the C8 Corvette. It's tons of car news. It's really good time to be a car enthusiast right now. Honestly, for the longest time, it felt like the whole segment was dying off because of hybrid cars, because of electric, and it's really, we've had a great time for supercars lately. So, you know, that's that. Guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it, or maybe just, you know, made you even more excited for that C8 Corvette that you already signed up to buy. If you guys want to hear kind of like what I think someone would sound, or like a stereotypical C8 Corvette hater would say, watch my other video. It's all a joke. Please don't take it seriously. I had fun making it. Hope you guys have fun watching it. Like this video, subscribe. We're putting out content a little bit more frequently than I originally was starting off. And I hope it's a little bit better production value. I've put some time into learning more. So like this video, subscribe, turn on the bell icon. I think that's what I'm supposed to say, right? YouTubers say that, turn on the bell icon. And yeah, that's it. So peace.